All right, guys, welcome back to Lifeaneur. If you didn't subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I literally have like 50 videos coming out over the next 2 or 3 months. And this one right now, we're gonna talk about the 5 things you've got to understand to put yourself in the best position possible during a recession. All right, the first thing we want to understand when you're going into a recession, this is something you should already be doing now. If you're not doing it now, I want you to go ahead and get started on doing this, but I want you to develop a minimalist lifestyle. You've got to minimize your bills. If you don't need it to live and you don't need it to be able to communicate to the outside world, you don't need it. If you don't need it, lose it. Stack your cash, develop a minimalist lifestyle. You should be able to cut about $1,000 to $1,500 a month off of your bills. Set that aside as cash. You don't need to touch the money right now. Right now is not the time to invest in the stock market. As you can see, it's going up 1,000 points, down 1,000 points, up 1,000 points, down 1,000 points. Become a minimalist, right? Minimalist, right? You have to be willing to suffer a little bit right now. You have to be willing to sacrifice everything now for a better tomorrow. If you don't have cash to be able to buy assets or take advantage of opportunity, opportunity is going to continue to pass you by. You've got to be a minimalist and stack your cash. To sacrifice now so that in 3 to 5 years from now, you're in a position you never thought would happen. You'll never do that living paycheck to paycheck. So I don't care what you have to do. Stop going to restaurants, stop going to movies, stop buying Starbucks coffee, stop doing all of that stuff. You have got to become a minimalist. That's number 1. Number two, this is the number 1 most important thing in my life that's helped me to be able to get outside of living paycheck to paycheck, and that is wisdom is power. Not knowledge, wisdom. We live in the information age. Anything and everything that you want to achieve, there's already people with that wisdom that you can learn from. Go to their YouTube channels, go to their Instagram channels, try to DM them, buy mentors, pay for the mentoring, but be able to contract drastically the difference between the mistakes you're going to make and the mistakes that these people have already made. Go and look for wisdom. Don't look for knowledge. Don't look for information. We live in the information age. I have a motto. If you listen to the news and you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed, okay? So either way, you need to focus on wisdom, understanding the facts, okay? Only focus on facts and things that will benefit your life positively. I only focus on giving and delivering actionable content. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just hit that little subscribe button because I'm gonna deliver massive value to you only on actionable content. Actionable content is things that will benefit your life positively right now. So if you're not wise and you don't have a lot of wisdom, but you have a lot of knowledge, you're not going to be able to do it. The world is full of people with tons of information who are broke as shit. And then you have people that don't have any information at all who are worth millions of dollars because they do something crazy and become an influencer on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, and they're making $50,000 a post. Money follows wisdom. It doesn't follow information, okay? So become wise, become an expert at what you want to do. Stop watching TV, stop playing on your phone, stop wasting time on stuff, invest a little bit of money in knowledge, mentors, and books, right? Wisdom is power. Number three, again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, okay? Number 3, you have to invest like a vulture. When you're buying assets, I want you to focus on being a vulture. If you don't know what a vulture is, it's a big ass bird that only goes after things that are dead. Vultures only circle things that are dying, getting ready for dinner. That's how you need to invest. So the market right now might be dying, but it is definitely not dead, okay? Real estate might be dying, but it's not dead. You want to invest like a vulture, okay? Delta stock went from $74, now it's almost at $23 a stock. I think it will drop under $20. If it does, guess what? I'm gonna become a vulture and buy 1,000 shares. Warren Buffett already bought 1 million shares. That's how Warren Buffett became worth $84 billion, because he's a vulture. That's how he invests. So you need to look for the crazy, amazing deals in the right environment. If you're buying stock right now, I honestly believe if you're willing to take a 10-15% haircut, go ahead. I'm not willing to do it because it's not dead yet. I want to invest like a vulture. So I want you looking for deals and opportunities the way Vulture look for meals. Become a vulture. All right. Number 4. This is super important if you want to really triple your wealth and you really want to grow your buying power. Buying power is really what matters, not what cash you have, not anything out there. Credit cards are a form of buying power. Getting a loan from a bank, getting an SBA loan, that's buying power. To buy assets, fix your credit. If your credit's not at a 750, you need to get it there now. You need to work with credit repair companies. You need to get 3 credit cards and you don't use them but for 1 transaction a month. I have a $20,000 credit card. It only pays my Netflix bill, maybe my Hulu bill. And then at the end of the month, I just pay it off, because that shows the credit bureaus that I can be trustworthy with the most risk items of buying power, which are credit cards, unsecured lines of credit. Get your credit established now. Get your income going now. If you've already want to file taxes if you can for the highest amount of money possible, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 in verified income, because if you do that with good credit, you can get up to $1 million SBA loan. That's what the banks are looking for. Good financials with good credit. Buying power is going to be everything. If the market crashes the way I think it's going to crash, it's going to spill over to real estate within 12 to 18 months of the crash, regardless of how much the Fed and the Federal Reserve are going to flood the banks with money. I don't care. There's a reason why we're going in the negative interest rates, is because they don't want the banking system to collapse, right? But if it does happen to collapse and you have buying power, you're going to be the person the banks want to work with. Everybody else, the other 99%, are not going to have any sort of opportunity to take advantage of a market crash, okay? Develop buying power. Here's a stupid little statistic, right? In 1968, if you made $1.90 an hour, which was minimum wage in 1968, that equivalent to buying power today is $103,000 today. So it doesn't matter what you make per hour. It doesn't matter what you make per month. It matters what you keep and how much buying power you have. The richest people in the world are the ones who focus on buying power. They do not focus on income only. Income by itself with no buying power gives you no financial freedom in the future to buy assets that start making money for you while you sleep. Focus on buying power. The next one, number 5. Number 5. You know what? I'm going to give you a bonus. Make sure you subscribe because I'm about to give you a bonus. But number 5 is be patient. Be patient. You have all the time in the world. A vulture does not eat an animal while it's still alive. You know why? Because it can attack the vulture. A vulture's a bird. It only has a little bit of wings and a beak. That's all it does. It wants to live. So if you feel you might get impacted, you gotta swim like a shark. If a shark feels he might be injured in any way, shape, or form in an altercation, he will not attack, right? So I want you to think the same way. Be patient. The average American will always overestimate what they can achieve in a year and completely underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. It took Warren Buffett 52 years to make his first $1 billion. And then from that, he's made hundreds of billions of dollars that he's been able to donate billions of it to foundations and everything else. And he's still worth hundreds of billions of dollars, right? Even if his net worth doesn't say that's what he actually has at the current moment. The guy is a vulture. Be patient. Wait for the animal to die. Once it dies, once real estate market dies, once the stock market dies, once all these things in these companies go belly down, don't do anything right now. Be patient. Wait for the right time. Get the wisdom. Learn the game. Understand that patience is the key. It's the virtue. Patience. Be patient. And the bonus is only if you subscribe to the channel, okay? So it's only for that. If you didn't subscribe, get off this video. I'll wait. All right, thank you for subscribing. Beautiful. The number one, the bonus one is that I want you to start developing targeted relationships with people who are already on levels that you want to be on. If they're already on somewhere that you want to be on, be willing to intern for them, be willing to work for them, be willing to learn as much as you can from them. Develop targeted relationships. If you're bored and you're at home and there's nothing to do and you can't go to work because we're on lockdown and you can't do anything like in California, New York City, Florida, Kentucky, Ohio, all these places are locked down. The National Guard is everywhere. Now is the time to go on IG. Now is the time to go on LinkedIn. Now is the time to go on Facebook and start looking for mentors and people that are already in positions that you want to be in and hit them up. Reach out to them, talk to them, because most likely they're on lockdown as well, not doing much either, okay? So now is the time to hit targeted relationships with people who are doing things that you're passionate about, right? So if you're obsessed with computers, don't hit a multimillionaire who's obsessed with automobiles. Hit your targeted audience. Hit a very, very specific targeted audience. That's my bonus. Focus on that right now. Reach out to them. If you have any questions, find me on Instagram. Rob.Sharkey is my Instagram, and shoot me a DM. And these are the 5 things you need to understand in a recession. If you didn't subscribe, man, come on, subscribe. Stop wasting time. Stop wasting time and subscribe. I'm here to deliver actionable content to you. If you need to take notes, rewind the whole video. It's on YouTube forever. Thank you for being a Lifeaneur and believing in legacy, life, and leverage. Master leverage and live free. Lifeaneur, Lifeaneur, out. Thank you.